Okay, here we go. Today I'm going to take you through some Cursor AI web design processes, and this is live. This is live coding. So I just asked Cursor AI to back up the current project that is located on a local host through Ubuntu and start a new project. So it came back. This is prior stuff, working with the Anthropic MCP, which is not cooperating. Okay, so hold on. It said, perfect, I can see the structure. Started the backup, it created a folder, see the structure, okay, I just tell it to run. It takes over. Starts backing up the existing site. It really is amazing what this thing can do. You tell it what to do, and if you have it linked up to the proper MCP connections, it just goes through and does the work. And it prompts you every so often to approve what it is doing. Granted, I have had, some issues. It's not infallible, as of course we're going to see here. Now that I'm live, it's going to throw back every error. Well, we'll see how it goes. So we found an issue. It said, let's work around the permission issue and create the backup in user directory. Okay, I approve it. It moves forward. Great. Now let's create the new headless WordPress plus Next.js project structure. Create the new subdirectory within the local host. Okay, do it to it. Work within the directory where you have permission. Yes, very good, very good. Gotta love how these computers block you from permission in your own computer. That's another video. Okay, now it asks to set up the Next.js front-end application. I will note I have indicated within Cursor AI here, when you come in here and give it the rules and the guidelines, the statutes and policies, to adhere to, you can select from your docs. You can select WordPress, which you should do. You should also go to, directory.cursor.com, I believe it is. No, shoot. Well, there's a site you can go to. It's quick and easy to find, where it'll give you a list of all these pre-written rules people have written for various applications. So I have one of those already set up here. It's right here, wprules.md. You copy it from that site, paste into a text file, and give Cursor AI the link to the text file. You can find it over here on the right. I'm sorry, on the left. And you just right-click on it. For example, that's not it. Just for example, say copy path, and then right-click here and paste it in, and that will give you an indication, as you see there. Oh, my face isn't covering that. You see right there. So that it'll operate in accordance with those instructions. So we have WordPress. Probably don't need the CSS one here, but it's in there. I'm not going to take it out right now. And we have Next.js selected as well. So all I've done, excuse me, all I've done is ask it to set us up a Next.js/headless WordPress site with some of the MCPs involved. It's not even that many specific to this. We have GitHub, Toolbox, Context, 7, and the browser tool, which is currently disabled. It was warning me too many MCPs are running at once and may bog down the system, but all I did was ask it to set this up. Okay, I'm watching these tutorials where you're doing all this coding, and it's the whole point of this. I think they call it vibe coding now. The computer does the coding. who's better at coding than a Terminator, you know, than Claude, Opus, or Grok, or ChatGPT, etc. Well, they say Claude's the best, but anyway, so I'm going to run this. Let's see where it goes. Again, this is live. Okay to proceed. Yes. Would you like to use TurboPack for Next.js? Can't see what's going on there. Widen this window. Let's type it here if I can access it there. Now again, this is not flawless. This is not omnipotence, but it's rapidly approaching a full autonomous coding. There's also voice activation you can set up here. I just dabbled with that. I found one that wasn't working, and I have not tackled that, but I've seen several folks online with Cursor AI who just speak to it. I think it's a ChatGPT plugin they have on their computer. It might be like a PC, whether you have a Mac. I'm using Ubuntu Linux here, but whether you have a Mac, it might be something like that. Let's see, let me just copy this. I was responding to this. Let's put a little quotation around it, paste it. Now it pasted it up here. When you copy from specific or from certain parts of Cursor, like if you copy from the terminal window here, or sometimes from here, it won't actually paste it in there. It just indicates line 1 through 7, and it knows, the same as if you paste it, but it doesn't clutter up your chat history there. Just letting you know what I was responding to. That was a little bit of a hiccup there, where it asked me a question up here, and I was not able to right here, I wasn't able to answer that question. Okay. Enable TurboPack for Next.dev. The Next.js installation should continue automatically now. TurboPack with the Next.js master bundle of simplified development tools. Installation will not complete with your chosen configuration. Front-end directory, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, ESLint, App Router, NPM, source directory, import alias. I mean, these are all things, you know, some of these things I'm not an expert in, but the computer is. So once the installation finishes, we'll have a modern Next.js setup ready to build your headless WordPress front end. The next steps will be set up WordPress REST API connection, create components for displaying your WordPress content. Now the REST API connection, I'll probably have to stop the video because I've had to set up a JWT security protocol with that, and that's not something I'm going to have you sit through. Okay, let's proceed. Nothing popped up to indicate that those processes had completed, so I'm just going to presume that they have. I'm going to move forward on the presumption that they have concluded successfully. Might still be in progress or didn't complete. Okay, let's follow the computer's lead here. Installation. Okay, great. Do it. Installing dependencies. Very good. Very good. Once in a while, if I get stuck in here, I just ask a different AI, you know, what's going on. When I installed this browser tools extension, which is one of the most popular extensions out there now, it connects with your browser. So when you're doing web development, instead of copying and pasting errors, it can see what's happening in your browser. It can look and see what's inside of the errors and the CSS code, etc., etc. Excellent. Next.js front has been successfully created. Now let's set up the WordPress API integration. See how it works from here. I was actually working with a remote hosted site last time I went through that. So hopefully this time it won't be so hard. Great. Apparently that was that. Let's create the structure for our Headless WordPress front end. Let me first check the current structure and start building the components. It did some checks. Perfect. Now let's start building your Headless WordPress front end. Create the environment configuration, WordPress API service, and replicate the design for your current WordPress theme. Cannot edit files blocked by global. Yeah, there's a couple of once in a while files get blocked in here. I was working on a Python script for some auto blogging, and the .env file, the environmental variable setting file, which I guess is common in various applications, was blocked for some reason. It was set automatically to a what do they call it, a git something. Yeah, global ignore. Okay, just follow the steps basically. Great. Now let's create the WordPress API service to fetch, post, and handle WordPress data. I mean, this is saving immeasurable time ticking away with code. Okay, we'll go ahead and accept that. Let's create the lib directory and also add the types. Sounds good. Okay, let's create the reusable components. The postcard component that replicates the design from your WordPress theme. Okay, I'm not sure that's necessary, but it presumed I wanted to keep the same theme. We're working on the theme in here. I guess this what they call it, Playwright, is a thing now too, where you can use this to connect to Playwright if you're familiar with that. It can perform headless browser operations, so it can scrape the web, it can fill out forms, it can open pages and take screenshots and collect them for you. And the applications here are really profound connotations, and the applications are, you know, open to your imagination. So I don't have to click checkbox, click the little check mark on each one of these. I can just click accept all. Okay, creating a footer component. It has already created the header component and the main page. See, I understand that Next.js is much easier for the AI to work with. I discovered that Cursor AI and various AIs have hiccups when it comes to CSS code, which of course is necessary when you're creating a WordPress theme or a HTML, a general HTML website, as opposed to some more modern structure. So that's why I'm delving into the Next.js realm here. And as I was doing some research, it said that the most popular configuration is a Next.js website with a headless WordPress front end. I'm sorry, headless WordPress for the back end, and Next.js serves as the front end, which is much faster for delivering content, etc., etc. So this is a live coding video. This is not one of the ones for those with super short attention spans. I'm just showing you how amazing that the AI can do things. As I said, all I did was ask it to do this. I mean, I just asked it to make a headless WordPress with the Next.js component linked up to it. Okay, now it's going to add some line clamp utility to the Tailwind CSS config for better text truncation. Sounds good. Okay, install Tailwind CSS line clamp. Sounds good. So far, and I knock on wood and bite my tongue here, this has gone pretty well. Pretty well for a live coding presentation. Of course, it's live AI coding. It's live vibe coding, which is a world of difference, as you can see, if you didn't already know. So let's start the headless WordPress front end by starting a development server. Okay, sounds good. Let's check if a server started successfully. Okay, run it. Now it's going to check for any build errors by looking at the logs. Excelente way. Okay, server didn't start. Okay, try it again and check for errors. Okay, notice they're collecting information from us with Next.js. Completely anonymous, allegedly. Telemetry. Okay, very good. Ready in 1,000 milliseconds. Okay, let me check my nano watch here. I don't wear a smartwatch, by the way. I don't need the Wi-Fi radiation, you know, altering my genetic makeup, etc. Okay, waiting for something to happen here. Let's see what it looks like on the, if anything, yet on the front end here. Localhost slash what did they call it? Headless project, I think. I don't see it. Let me find a file browser here. Headless project. Okay, we got something. At least we know the server is hooked up and whatnot. Front end. See, I mean, this is all stuff it just set up. I just asked it to do this. There was no prerequisite. There was no configuration. I just said, hey, can you set that up? Cool. Of course, we're still waiting for this here. We know the browser, or the server is, at least the Apache server is loaded. So I'm just going to type OK. When it lags, I just type OK. And type whatever you want to get it to maybe just do a little quick self-check. Okay, it claims it's set up. I didn't see much happening there. Again, for a live coding project, I may have to cut and paste this video. Okay, let's just do this. Just go here and take a screenshot. Okay, come back over to, now of course it can see that because it has this, no, I think I disabled that browser plugin. Hold on. Yeah, I did. The MCP, the method context protocol. Okay, I re-enabled. Let me disable the GitHub one. We're not collecting data right now. We don't need GitHub turned on. That's basically for finding other MCPs through GitHub's MCP. Use GitHub's MCP to search for other MCPs within GitHub and install them seamlessly, kind of like we're doing right now, instead of having to go and set up the server yourself and all that. Browser tools MCP. So can you take a look and see what's going on? I just see this screenshot attached. I just click Control V and it pastes right there the screenshot I just took. Okay. Send it. Okay, it's analyzing it. Okay, so it's telling me I'm accessing it to the regular web server instead of the Next.js development server. Okay, very good. I'm just presuming I'm doing this right here, so forgive me if anyone's looking at me like I'm stupid here. Okay, let's give that a little shot real quick. Okay, well, so much for that idea. Site can't be reached. Okay. Okay, I tried that URL, and it says site can't be reached. Let's see, should I accept this? I'll go ahead and let it run that anyway. Okay, I said it stopped running. Wait a moment for the server to start, and then navigate to the correct URL. Let's try that again. Negative. Okay, run that. Echo server is ready. Browser. Okay, very good. It appears there's an issue with the Next.js server. Now again, I'm relying 100% on this thing to set this up. So this is not doing too bad from what I can tell. Background navigate to the correct URL in the browser. Okay, it claims it's running. Oh, it's loading this time. Okay, interesting, interesting. You saw what happened there. Showed it for a second. The new website was ready. Okay, this is all new. This is all new stuff. This is all cutting edge stuff, and it just does it. Bam, 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 bam. With a couple little hiccups, you got to iron out along the way. Error invalid, blah 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 blah. Bridget AVIF. That was like my placeholder image. You know, AI generated, of course. These AVIF files. It's like 43 kilobytes, and it's like a ultra high def image. That is something I've been seeing recently. That is awesome. And I've been doing computer stuff since '95, you know. And I mean, rendering a high def image that's less than like, you know, a tenth of a megabyte. That's really good stuff. You need to incorporate that into all the apps now. Video streaming, etc., etc. You know, codecs, what have you. So we're already part of the way there. It just keeps on. Yeah, this Next.js server is something. It's its whole own entity here. As you can see, this is its whole own. It is its own whole trip here. One issue. Okay, right on. Oops. But I mean, we see that it's been created. There's just an error going on here. Delete that. Okay. I think it's a step behind us here. Of course, it opens this browser. All right, go ahead and just restore that so I don't lose all my tabs, and then close that out. Come back to the other browser. Let's see here. I should be able to see this, but I'm going to give it a screenshot anyway. It's doing so much, I'm going to give it all the help I can. The site appears for a fraction of a second, and this appears. By the way, if you're watching this, something I use a lot on these channels, you just play it at 2x speed, or 1.5 or 1.75 speed. Okay, generating. I can see the issue. It's getting an error about a page. Okay, very good, very good. Let me fix this by updating the Next.js configuration. Okay. Sounds like a winner. Accept the code modifications it just generated. I'll restart the JS server, it says. Okay, so it's going to kill the old iteration of the server there. Okay, you can change, by the way, you can change this setting from ask every time. I forget the name of it now. I should have this, but there's a way to just have it run without having to ask every time. Yeah, but it might be errors it doesn't see, as we've already observed. It didn't know that that was happening until I told it, even though the browser tools configuration is set up and all that. So again, it's not perfect. Okay, now it claims, excellent, the server's running perfectly now. I can see the HTML output. Let's give it a shot. And there you have it. And it's just placeholder images. And these are the images that hold the place if there is no featured image, which is all set up by the computer too. Nice. It created that on its own. Why I choose Headless WordPress. So there you go. I just set up, it just set up, we just set up a new Next.js website, Headless WordPress in the background, okay, by simply asking Cursor AI to do it. And this is a live coding session, and that took, what, 10 minutes? So, yeah, I'm going to explore how well this app will generate the theme. I don't think it's called a theme anymore in the JavaScript. Will generate the front end, the user interface, the UI, the GUI, the graphical user interface for the user's experience. Okay, from here forward. But for now, I think we're going to conclude this and call this a winner. I have to think if I've seen one that was a winner for. That's pretty much my first YouTube live coding session. So yeah, if you like this, if you found this helpful, if you want more videos like this one, you know what to do. Click the buttons below, show some love. I'll leave some links down in the bottom to some good hosting plans. You want to get started with this, some good droplet. You like your VPS where you can run code from a VPS host. You look into that if you don't know what that is. And of course, a link to Cursor AI down below. So thank you very much. Have a good day.